Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead, open up the mission here, and take a review of what we're doing. So it's US versus Iranians. US starting on the bottom right airfield. Iranians, I think due to lack of flagger spawning, up on the top left by the administration building just past the train yard. Objectives today. US have to capture a crash site, assess an Iranian laptop, put pilots in safe zones, and there's a supremacy bonus. Alright. OPFOR's objectives being on the southern side, Iranians on the northern side. So both sides having attack and defend objectives. Interesting. Iranian objectives, capture the crash site, assist the US laptop, and they have to move the pilots into their safe zones. So it's literally just a back and forth here. I'm assuming the capture zone is the CIA annex site, and for the Iranians it's the consulate site, and the crash site itself needs to be held. So let's see. There's 15 points total between all objectives because there's also a supremacy bonus worth quite a bit. That is quite interesting indeed. Let me go ahead and tab back into chat. Let's go ahead and put up a prediction here. I'll put that for 15 minutes. Let me make sure I spell everything right. Apparently the Iranians have G-36s in this mission, so that should be quite interesting. But this is Fallujah 2.0 as well, which means it's another modernized version. You've got the build-up back here on the left, so I'll be curious to see what they've done to adjust the map. I think this road's new as well. Swinging around that far left side. I don't see anything else that's custom build up around here other than some buildings on the outside. There's a power station up there now. Fob position up there, some more hamlets off to the sides, but nothing new otherwise. But we'll take a look at the map, because Fallujah 2.0 I think was a recent release. So of course OFCRA wants to do a mission on it, but regardless, with the way the objectives are structured here, it feels like the Iranians have a slight advantage since they're closer, so I'd imagine Blue 4 have more powerful assets to boat, but we'll just have to see with how all of that goes. Bloodwing's twerking next to me for some silly reason. Oh my gosh, boo. So this will be our only stream today because we're going to be over at an anime convention called Katsucon over in DC till Sunday, and we'll be getting back into everything Sunday evening, so we'll probably have a stream or two around then. I announced Monday's op on Discord for slotting on Sunday, and then when I get back on Monday, I'll also be announcing Next Last of Us mission on Wednesday, and then we'll get back into the whole schedule with everything, so this will be tough. I don't know who's commanding which side yet, Lolo. I'll look at that when we actually get onto the server and whatnot, but we're just letting a bunch of people jump in. But here we go. We got some mission notes here. If you think this is a ripoff of Black Hawk Down, you are correct. Pilot's position is updated every 45 seconds. Blue 4 have access to Red 4 laptops and vice versa. Once the laptop objectives are complete, they are locked and cannot be accessed. Style points if the Black Hawks use the fast rope system. So Blue 4 have Black Hawks to transport, and that's why both sides have their weapons ranged automatically at 200, 300 meters. I advise using 100 meters for a better iron sight. Interesting. All right, we're being pushed in 2 minutes, but otherwise that's quite funny. We do have about a 60v60 here. I'm going to tab out real quick just to look at the final number in the TeamSpeak. We're up to 131, actually, so now I can write it's 130 plus players. So it'll be about 65v65, if my math is correct there. Wow, Don, thank you. I really appreciate your commentary there. Gremlin-looking ass, I see. I'll do a breakdown of the assets both sides have, but we know at least Blue 4 has Blackhawks. But we'll see how things go. Regardless, both sides are going to have to defend their laptop locations, and the rest are going to probably be going for these positions. Maybe we'll see a back cap force try to go for either the CIA annex position or the Iranian consulate position, but this is all just going to depend on who has what vehicles. I'd imagine if Blue 4 has Blackhawks, Op 4 has some sort of AAA, maybe even a guided AA capability, but I'm thinking more towards AAA instead, probably some mobile 14.5mm KPTVs, either on a BRDM, a BTR, maybe even some 113s. It's hard to tell, but we'll see how all that goes. 30 seconds before we get pushed in. The supremacy bonus that either side can get at the end of the game, by the way, is if the enemy side has 5 or less people, then you have 4 additional points added to your score. So the crash site is worth 4 points. The laptop is worth 3 points. I think each pilot, because there's 2, are worth 2 points apiece. And then you have the supremacy bonus in the crash site. So crash site, 4 points. Supremacy, 4 points. That's 8 points. And then 2, 4 for the 2 pilots. That puts you up to 12. And then 15 for if you get the laptop. So that has the sound of everyone being transferred into the TFARD channel. I like how they have this set up where things will get disabled there. Also, we'll see if that lone wolfing thing comes up again, but they might be done. We got a nice title pop up in there as well. But all right, Blue 4 at our 8-minute warm-up. Let's have a look at what they are. First off, Ivno is commanding Blue 4. Op 4 is commanded by Depso, 2 very well-seasoned commanders. Ivno also said I can break down how he does things on Blue 4's side, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and look at the roster. So we got basically Gulf War kids. I've got M60s in play. Looks like M16A2s, I believe. You're doing the damn clicking noise and whatnot. But all right, we got 2 UH-60s and 3 transport little bird. Nope, 2 transport little birds and a little bird with 2 M134 miniguns. Oh, Falcon, you're missing out. We also have a ground convoy containing multiple M2 Humvees, but that appears to be it. So Blue 4 is very ground heavy here, and I don't see any additional assets on the side. We got some grenadier-based weaponry as well. Mission is going to be cringe. Great, Lolo. I can't wait to see how it's going to be mucked up. Got some M72 laws in play as well. Thought I saw some Carl Gustav, but all right, we got an M14 with a 5.56 ACOG on it, so that should be interesting. Got some simple CCO 68 red dots. I have some 249s in play as well, but these guys appear to be the Spec Op troops, so they'll probably be on the helicopters being deployed, and the rest of these guys I think are basic. Actually, no, I think all these guys might be Delta Force. No, we got some General Marines, and you got some Delta Force guys with those skate helmets. All right, so General Infantry and Spec Op, and I imagine these guys are going to be on the Little Birds. General Infantry is going to be on the Blackhawks. So overall, that's an interesting breakdown of everything. Let's go ahead and look on Op 4's side. Op 4's side, it's literally a Blackhawk down PvP. Yep. So we've got multiple 50 cal Land Rovers, a bunch of transport Hiluxes, 2 BTR 60s from the looks of it. I think those are 60s, they might be 80s, but either way, they're KPTVs. We got a shielded 50 cal technical back here in transports. Iranian infantry mainly has, looks like G3s. Might have said G36 earlier in accident, so they're 7.62 caliber instead of AKs. We got some PKMs in play as well. Got some 203s on some of these G3s as well. Some MP5s for crew. We got an MG3 in play, so a few guys, I think the guys with the black helmets are the more spec op-y guys. They got better body armor, they got better weapons. No idea what they're going to be tied to. We got some Dragonovs in play as well. And that appears to be it. I'm not seeing any heavy AT on these guys or AA, so it's going to be 50 cals versus helicopters, which could really swing either way. It just depends if the ground vehicles lead their targets properly. It depends if Blue 4 have good pilots here, but this seems fairly balanced in my opinion. Green, Op 4 spawning closer, but they have to drive in, whereas Blue 4 have a pretty nasty fly-in here. Looking at the Iranian consulate, we got a grounded, I think that's a Griffin, C-146 or something. I forget the exact term, but that's a Griffin helicopter. Otherwise, Consulate's a nice perimeter right here. Looks like they cleared this area out to form it, because I'm not seeing the shadows appearing on the map. Crash site here, if I can find it. It's off to my left. All right, so it's right here. You got your 2 downed pilots that need to be rescuing, each worth 2 points. The Iranian laptop's located in this medical building. I've actually fought in this building before. It's got nice open areas covering everywhere, but again, it's prone to anything just popping smoke and getting right up to one of its various side entryways. But it looks like we don't know which room that laptop is specifically in. Of course, I say that and immediately fly into the right room, because, you know, bias. Yeah, I know, a G3 with 20 round, it is pretty much a fancy foul. Which, again, I can see where they're going with it, but that means Op 4 might not have full auto capability, but Blue 4 only has single shot and burst because of, you know, what happened with the M16A1 or its predecessor in Vietnam. All the GIs would just full auto that damn thing. But I could be wrong. That might have been an M16A3, but it looked like M16A2s from what I saw. But otherwise, U.S. laptop is located in this building. Less coverage compared to the hospital. Smaller building, but still a decent open area to cover with it. And then you've got the CIA Annex site, which is over here. It's got a nice perimeter with it. Everything should be good to go on that. Otherwise, looking at Fallujah 2.0 here. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to look at a changelog to tell you what's changed, because I know there's versions of this map that have all the buildings redone and you can enter most of them. And instead, I just don't really see what's been changed that much. Maybe there might be some optimization with it, but I'll have to do some digging here. I was expecting to see more enterable buildings like in the other version of Fallujah, but, you know, c'est la vie. I'm going to keep my render distance somewhat down for this scenario, but we'll just have to see how everything goes. So right off the bat, Blue 4 should be doing reconnaissance with any little bird that has a camera capability. That's probably going to fall to the armed one. But basically scout the route in, drop the infantry off in this open area, maybe even this one, and have them move into the crash site. Have the ground convoy move into the U.S. laptop and be ready to bring those Humvees in as fire support elements for the crash site itself, because I don't think that 134 can disable the BTRs, but it might be able to if it gets the right shot on it from a top-down perspective. But if I was Blue 4, I would honestly just go for the pilots and pull in the back. If I was the Iranians, I would just... That's the tough thing, because the convoys have to basically come down, take a right here, and just drive down as quickly as they can. Based on distances, I think Blue 4 could get a landing down just as the vehicles are getting into place around the actual crash site. So it's really tough to tell who would actually win this one. Someone would need to time it beforehand, but Blue 4 should be ready to either fight their way through or pull their forces back and redeploy. Which we do see redeployments at times, but it's a tough call to see. I think they're shooting at each other, which is quite funny. But the UH-60s being some pretty good fire support elements as long as they have the crew chief. But again, their one fear is going to be those 50 cal vehicles, which they're going to need the Humvees on Blue 4's side to act as force multipliers for, so... I don't know. I'm almost tempted to say that this would be a good op to just do all eggs in one basket on, but, you know, that risks the laptop getting hit, but at least you're putting your entire force out to grab the pilots. Maybe get the Iranian laptop as well, keep your entire force together, pull them all back, and just hold the CIA Annex site with half your force, and the crash site with the other half. There's just so many ways that a commander can divide their forces here. I think the first pitfall is a commander that tries to take everything at once, because that means you're going to have 3 different forces. One going to your opponent's laptop site, one going for the crash site, one going for the U.S. laptop site. So I think right off the bat, if you just pick 2 to go with and move forward, having a less divided force like that is going to help you out much better. But Blue 4 already deploying most of their forces. Some of their forces still grounded back here. That's a bit of a bad sign, but we'll just have to see where all those assets go out. I think whichever side decides to go all in on the crash site and extracting the pilots is going to win. Because the laptops are only worth 3 points. So if you go for both pilots, that's 4 points off the bat. And if you hold the crash site, that's another 4 points. So 8 versus 3, I think, would be more valuable. There's no reason to put any defenders on the Iranian consulate or the CIA annex site. Both sides have plenty of vehicle tonnage to pretty much scout those sites out if they go all in. OFCRA, meanwhile, looks like a majority of their vehicles are going up this way. Might see some break off, go to the laptop site to defend. Some might go to the crash site. It's tough to tell here as we see these vehicles moving out. A little bit of desync on play right here, so we're just going to have to hope that nothing bad happens. I'm writing down a sticky note, ready for timestamps in case funny things happen. But right off the bat, this vehicle spread's a little concerning to me in terms of the helicopters, because this shows they might land in different spots. Blue 4 might be attempting a rush on the laptop site immediately, which I'm going to be honest is not a bad call. That's making OFCRA scramble to go take it. And to get those 3 points early on and then reconsolidate and put your forces down on the crash site, I think that's a great call. It's just, will they actually get there in time? Because we do have an armed vehicle coming down. OFCRA, I think, had an opportunity to keep going down the road. But I think they made this turn because they didn't want to make the left turn and then go down an SSR instead. But Blue 4 not going for the rush. They're going to land all around. They're going for the laptop first because I think what they're thinking is they can hit the laptop, gain those 3 points, let OFCRA take the 2 pilots, and then pull back with them to the consulate, fight their way through, grab the pilots in the consulate, and then pull back. As we see another force coming around over here. Not sure if they're going to go for everything, but it looks like Blue 4 is going all eggs in one basket here. But we have a lot of forces staying back, so that tells me that these vehicles are going to pull back, pick up more guys, and move them in. This group, I think, is going to be defending their laptop zone, but Blue 4, they're just going to do a line sweep right to left, knowing that the pilots are updated every 45 seconds, so they can use their helicopters. If OFCRA tries to cheekily put them off in a corner of the map, helicopters can relay forces over there and they can still grab them. And I hate to say it because it's very hit or miss for rushes, because we've seen good rushes and we've seen bad rushes. Last FNF round 1, we saw a half-hearted rush and the attacker should have won, but because they went half-hard in the rush, they just defeated themselves in detail. This could have been a good rush strategy, but at the same time, OFCRA doesn't rush. I haven't seen an OFCRA rush in a very long time, but Blue 4 could have literally just flown right up to that position, landed on it, and gone away. But I know they're also very heavy on the quote-unquote spirit of the game. So I think just deploying and letting OFCRA have an advantage to take it's fine, but if OFCRA was right on top of the position, then Blue 4 wouldn't have rushed anyway, but that's besides the point. Who betrayed Blue 4 to join Red 4. So, do you need to bring the pilots anywhere in particular? So, OFCRA has to bring the pirates back to the Iranian consulate position and get them in the purple zone. Blue 4 needs to bring them to the CIA annex position. And there's 2, and these markers are updated every 45 seconds. Shut up, Zam.
Send in GOAT Team
Zeno, how you doing, buddy?
Now.
1 month from supporting you for 3 years. Guess we both need help.
Yeah, I need help financially, and you need help in picking better content, right? Nonetheless, thanks for all your support. Zeno was, I would say, my first friend in Arma 3 way back in 2016 under the Luton days when we started all this crazy shenanigans out. That was 6 years ago. My freaking god, time flies. Nonetheless, hope you keep enjoying everything, Zeno. Thanks so much for your support. Hope you got a nice kick out of this OFCRA PvP scenario. Yeah, so Blue 4 are overcommitting right here, and this is where you're going to see the divide in forces. Blue 4 is going to sweep this laptop position. OFCRA is going to pick up the pilots and potentially move them back and further divide their forces on the consulate. So Blue 4 is probably going to steamroll this position with minimum casualties. This is where the main fight's going to be. I don't see any OFCRA dividing off and going for the laptop position, though, which is very interesting. So that means the major fight's going to be for the crash site itself. So we'll just have to see how that results. And then OFCRA's probably going to put a skeleton crew at the consulate position, or at least a squad. And that gives Blue 4 the most opportunity to engage. We'll see where these helicopters land, because if the forces that are still back here aren't brought in to reinforce this main push, I feel like OPFOR could still have the numbers to repel the Blue 4 attack here. But how OPFOR deals with the information of their laptop site coming under attack is going to be very crucial to how this operation plays out. Because if OPFOR decides to start counterattacking that position, leaving some of their force still to defend, I think OPFOR is going to have a much better opportunity to catch a lot of Blue 4 elements off guard and potentially eliminate. But here's the thing with urban warfare. It is the most unpredictable type of warfare, both in real life and from a commentator standpoint in any sort of PvP like this, because it just takes one group to operate like Scandia Recon or Pepega Pirates in Friday Night Fights, where they just do a massive flank and just start wiping groups their same size or even slightly bigger than them just because they have that superior tactic level. With OFCRA, not that I'm trying to pick favorites here, but there's a lot of players on either side from multiple different communities that will play like Pepega Pirates or Scandia Recon. I will hydrate. Give me a second. So whoever does the flanking automatically gets an advantage because I feel like they're going to know how to utilize that flank attack and pull it effectively. But on the flip side, the defenders might immediately realize what's going on and be able to relay another group to come and support them, and they might be able to repel that attack. Whereas in FNF, usually when Scandia or Pepega are working against you, unless it's those two canceling each other out in a fight, it's already too late because a lot of groups don't have that skill set. So for urban combat, this is just going to be all about who's on their A game. For all I know, we could watch all these guys just wipe 3 or 4 waves of Blue 4 squads coming in. Another thing about OFCRH is quite interesting is that they have a script where they can interact with that door and they can appear on the rooftop. And they can do that for any building that's a quote-unquote serial box that you can't enter. So people can get on these rooftops and immediately start flanking people. And it can get very, very messy very, very quickly. And we saw that in the past when Falcon was active. He would get on rooftops with a marksman rifle and just pick people off left and right. I am noticing a little bit of a rubber band, which is a little worrisome, but I think that's just the server kind of struggling because this is a very, very asset-intense map with all these buildings, which is why you rarely see urban stuff. Though, last time we saw OFCRA PvP to the south, it was fine, but you also have to remember that was the entire southern side of the city, whereas this is the entire city itself. So I think that's why the server might be having a little bit of a struggle session. But regardless, Blue 4 moving up. We did hear some gunshots. The consulate building is right here. Blue 4 can honestly get right into this building through the back entrance and not even deal with OPFOR coming in. But we got Blue 4 flying their helicopters around trying to do some recon of the area, but look at OPFOR's massive defense line around here. I feel like with how distant and divided these forces are, Blue 4 could just, you know, push right in, essentially. So you see a co-pilot in that helicopter, which means they're utilizing the camera in there. But all the flying around is just going to draw fire out from these OPFOR positions and let Blue 4 know exactly where the OPFOR elements are, and that's exactly what Blue 4 wants, so they can then formulate a plan to attack that position, flank it, and wipe it with minimal casualties. So right off the bat with how this operation's going, I'm leaning to Blue 4, but Blue 4 has a very massive unit divide that might turn around on them real quick because they've got half of their force attacking, half their force defending, whereas OPFOR has like 90% of their force defending the crash site, going for where the points are the real, the most valuable. And then like 5% on the laptop and 5% scouting out the other laptop to see if they can capture it, which they're going to really quickly realize that they can't. Skipu ran up here on his own with an MG3. He just failed his wake-up check, so it's unlikely he's going to get up here. Let's see if I caster curse at him in reverse and he wakes up. But yeah, Blue 4 going to get on that laptop position. Skipu in a pretty good spot, in all honesty, but very exposed to the south, and I think that's how they saw him and engaged him. So you got forces covering otherwise. You got double taps going up, and Skipu is dead. I'm assuming that was by a marksman down here.
There was a guy over there.
Was that their M14 gunner? He's firing a few more shots. Yeah, Sketa. So he got the kill there. And you got that vehicle pulling back, so they're conceding that point. and they're literally just going to go all in on the crash site, which I was saying would be the superior strategy. But they're going to keep the pilots on the crash zone itself and only move them last second. So, if Depso can properly fold his forces around and flank any attackers, I think he'll be golden. He'll knock out that force this other force to come out and fight him. But by then, he'll have the crash zone and he'll be able to move the 2 people to the consulate position. So I'm a little worried about Blue 4, but we'll just have to see. Blue 4 getting some early points on the board, but I think that's exactly what Op 4 wants, because 3 points compared to 8 points at the end of the day is just not going to be enough. Oh, Solo, what happened to you? Oh, dear. What, Aw, do I want to know, buddy? Well, you died in spawn. I got questions. Op 4 sending a single guy named Nox, who is his own element. He's driving right up to the objective. Oh, so I agree, but I also think the force that has a majority on the defense, as long as they can coordinate their forces to counterattack properly, they'll be the ones that win it. Please tell me that's the armed little bird up there. No, it's just transport scouting. Nox is going to one-man wonder this. All right, let's see if the Falcon still exists among men. Looks like his arm got shot through that pass-by. Blue Force securing the position with a pretty hefty number advantage, but from there to go around, honestly, attacking from the north or the northeast is where Op 4 seems to be weakest. They got this defensive line right here, but they got to basically bring all these forces around, but Op 4 only has a limited window to work with on the left side. On the right, they have this big open zone they're going to have to go around, and that might buy Blue 4 time to just smash through the line. Also, if Op 4 is moving forces around this open area, Blue 4 might start strafing it. You also got that UH-60 flying high up there trying to do far recon, and there we go at the 21-minute mark, including safe start, so below 15 minutes, halfway through early game. The Iranian laptop has captured 3 points to Blue 4. Now, that is by no means the end of the game, but just shows that Op 4, just tells Op 4 there's a massive amount of stuff at Blue 4. So Nox running around back here has actually forced Blue 4 to pull their force back, worrying that there's a full Op 4 squad out there. That's brilliant. And you still got this small, oh, it's a TSB team. It's the Tactical TSB 4-man Shenanigans group. All right. Starring Lolo, Sismo, Sam, and Slushy. Yeah, all right. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't expect them to get to the objective, but who knows? Maybe they might surprise even me. I know, he's the fake Lolo. To me, you're the fake Lolo, though, because I've known that Lolo longer, but... All right, now it's just going to be a maneuver fight. And again, people are blindly shooting up at the helicopter. BTR's even firing at the helicopter. Not even close with the leading shots, though. Makes me wonder if Blue 4 is going to potentially back cap the consulate position just to deny Op 4 the ability to score, but we'll just have to see. So another issue with Op 4's advance here is there's this massive open area right here. I have no idea how they're going to cross it. They're going to have to basically maneuver around and try not to get spotted here. Of course, Lolo, you can be the real one, buddy. I think they just spotted the one dude.
Typ do mnie kiwnął, więc chyba to nasz?
They just friendly wiggle them? He's friendly wiggling. Don't tell me that's gonna work.
On do mnie przypokiwał i pobiegł dalej.
He made them hesitate because he friendly wiggled. Oh. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? How do you get away with that? You can't just friendly wiggle an entire enemy squad and walk away. That's not how it's... He's literally just gonna walk in there and take the laptop, I swear to God. No freaking way. No. They're asking if he's an enemy. Oh my freaking God. Well, he couldn't friendly wiggle his way out of that one, could he? Oh my God. The bluff failed. That is funny as hell. Now he's got this entire force is looking outside, wondering what's going on. That's the armed 134. It was a foolproof plan until it ran into something called common sense. Being close enough to realize that's not a friendly. Alright, meanwhile over here, we have a wounded guy. They lowered the building too much, so it's doing that textural glitch. They're trying to heal a naked man. I'm not going to ask why he's naked. Seems a little interesting, to say the least. But Blue 4, they've broken up into 3 different squads, and they got 2 M2 Humvees to support them. That's not a lot to work with, in all honesty. Once again, they're shooting at the little bird. That's the armed one. But 3 squads to fight through all that, and they're divided with the 2 Humvees. It's really, really tough, and it looks like we're having an engagement here. So they're reporting contact on their position. So now we have to see OFCRA basically send forces around. We got 2 other Humvees coming from a different angle. I honestly feel like Blue 4's defeating themselves in detail right here. Humvees on the south, Humvees on the north, 3 squads only. Rest of their force around the laptop position. Unless we see Blue 4 immediately move everything except a handful of guys from the laptop to attack from the south to envelop this position, I honestly think Blue 4 is going to defeat themselves in detail. I could be wrong, because it's urban PvP. You never know what might happen, but I feel like this is going to be... this is going to be a messy one. Helicopter assets staying high. We got some ground fire. These guys are literally just drawing out their positions to try to see where they're being fired from, and it's pretty much from everywhere. Frank, I think, is trying to identify targets that will hit with the M134s to keep other defensive positions pinned so they can't come up and assist in a counterattack. 50 cal suppressing forward. That knocked out somebody back here with penetrating rounds. Also scored a kill. We saw someone get knocked out over here. That's Liru, and we got Blue 4 now coming up to try to flank, as this OFCRA position is perfectly being pushed on its northern and eastern sides. So if Blue 4 can just divide and conquer these individual positions, they'll be fine, because on those specific spots, they'll have the number advantage, despite OFCRA pretty much outnumbering Blue 4's attack 2-1 here. And again, that's why I'm saying this really relies for OFCRA, their ability to kind of push more forces around and flank attacking forces as they come in, because if they can't do that, they're kind of SOL. Grenade goes out, but it's a little tucked back behind the wall. M134 does a small burst. Completely missed its angle. Saw the tracers landing really far there. Ah, so I see the issue. There's a transport truck that came up, and the 50 cal annihilated that. More forces coming up otherwise. Blue 4 repositioning some forces around right here to attack. Looking on the southern side. You still got this group. They're going to try to come around over here on the right. That'll give them a nice angle, but again, there's just way too much Blue 4 there to really do anything proper. Grenade goes into there. Got these guys laying low. Another grenade thrown out. Looking at the skulls, we still got Solik. You got Gambit, excuse me, and Alex dead. Kropa also died. Nox, we saw his heroic death earlier. Blue 4 has not taken a single KIA yet. Another little bird burst. I don't think he realizes that they're in that actual building itself right there. Got this 50 cal trying to suppress the smoke, but Blue 4's already crossed. They're trying to return fire, and they managed to knock out the gunner. He was solo driving this from the looks of things. This is 1 life, yes. All FNF and OFCRA matches are 1 life, unless otherwise stated. Because there is a 1% chance they won't be, because they're doing something quote-unquote special, but yeah, usually 1 life. Hey, buddy. Gotta call your hits. That took him a second to die, but okay. More Blue 4 pushing up. Liru quickly going down, fearing a grenade. We have another Blue 4 guy knocked out on the 50 cals over here. They've been forced to dismount and leave them because they're only a single element attacking, so OFCRA could come around and take those vehicles. Suppression happening down here. Liru, if he throws a grenade, he'll be able to get a multi-kill, but he just doesn't want to poke his head up out of the risk of that. Hold up. Throw the grenade. Throw the grenade. Throw the grenade. What are you doing? What? What? Everyone's up there like, what's going on? Everyone's super confused. Zine tries to run up there. He gets sprayed down. No, they didn't desync. They just, I think everyone just had a brain fart right there. And then Adri walks up there. That sounded like an M60. Yeah, he just M60 clapped that Iranian shooter's ass. But anyway, OFCRA moving away from this position. We might see them. Yep, they're pulling into this vehicle. They're going to try to pull back. They are routing at this point because they've taken heavy casualties. You got another Blue 4 group down here. These were those Humvees we saw earlier in the match. They've climbed up to these buildings here, and they're trying to suppress long range, I think, at that apartment complex. Little Bird trying to get a strike on this M2. They hold position, however. Both sides have grenades. They might have burned them already because we already saw a few get thrown. And you still have the 4 chuckleheads here still going for this. But at least this is going to pin Blue 4 into holding this U.S. laptop position. What scares me is that you still have this helicopter flying overhead. So I'm not sure if they've been spotted yet, but it's really interesting seeing that constant reconnaissance in play. But I feel like Blue 4 is going to be able to get right up to the actual crash site based off of the number divide here. You got a suppression into a fatal funnel area right there. He's reloading. Nigas going to poke around. Nothing spotted. Grenade's going to be thrown. He's looking up. That grenade bounces right in front of people. You got a BTR flanking in this fatal funnel area. Swola gets down. Great spot for the BTR to be engaging, but unfortunately it netted no kills. Swola goes down to either a grenade or a GL shot. 134 is trying to provide support, but it's spotty at best. These guys pulled back. They might be able to medic Funi back up. Got some shots going down here, but look, these groups are now getting super broken apart. And now OFCRA, with their counterattacking, is starting to actually perform some damage on these groups. Got another dead guy back here. Short thrown grenades to stop any OFCRA from immediately pushing their position. More suppression coming in from that BTR. That Blue 4 group's going to be forced to pull back. Frank might go hunting here. But again, I doubt those 134s are going to do much. You know, it looks like the KPTV got some skid hits on that 134, but it's really tough to tell. Yeah, you got him. Oh, looking up, he found the UH-60. You bummed you're not in the middle of it, or is commentating more? Commentating's more fun. Oh my gosh, commentating is so much more fun for me, specifically. Other people, they enjoy playing, good for them. I prefer commentating. Because, there's stuff that happens in Arma 3 PvP that gets lost in translation that, I don't always appreciate. But I've done my fill of Arma 3 PvP back in the day. I don't need any more. Just go look at CC06, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so now we've got... Looks like they're actually sending forces over to the consulate position now, even though the pilots haven't moved. So that shows me they might try to backcap. You just had Bluck get knocked out by, I believe, Nicholas, or maybe some of the guys over here. Maybe Max got an angle on him as well. But Blue 4 is just dividing way too much. You're having those forces that were suppressing now rushing in on their own. Again, I think Blue 4 is just going to defeat themselves in detail here. We keep seeing small groups coming in. And yeah, they've gotten some pushes in on some parts, but this has only forced OFCRA to condense more. And now they're going to get into positions where they can more easily flank any Blue 4 attacks coming in. So, I don't know. See, and I keep seeing this helicopter flying around. So I'm trying to see if they've spotted OFCRA yet, which it doesn't look like it. They're busy focusing on, you know, everywhere they can. So OFCRA is playing a game of cat and mouse over there, but... Look at that, BTR came up, annihilated the people in this Humvee. Which I can't eat. There was a symbol that disappeared, so I don't know what happened to him. You're seeing some smokes being thrown, they're just shooting that vehicle out. We do have Ash with AT here. He might go up on the slit and get a shot on it. BTR is going to start moving, though. He's going to lose his angle. Ah, but he still gets the hit. And it's smoking. So now that's just going to be a static gun. That smoke's also going to obscure the sight lines there, but now you're going to have OFCRA start coming in from the north and flanking that one group. I feel like Blue 4 is just a little over-reliant on their helicopter support, but the helicopters don't have enough oomph to really stop anything. So you got that group pinned, that group got pinned. These groups are coming around either to go... Nope, they're not going for consulate. They're coming around to attack from the far left, but OFCRA have everything here. So they've got a great 360 because they've invested their entire force here. So I guess maybe the goal was to pull everything to do these flanking attacks, but... I mean, other than the farthest group on the outside, everything else is holding fine. Now you're having that flank coming in and starting to hit people on the sides. And that sucks, too, because players like Shea are really good. I mean, this guy is a death, and he's still here. That must mean something, right? When it's supposed to be a one-life event, but you're just too much of a Chad. So you got the UH-60 still flying high. Don't really know what they can do. We got some long-range spraying from over here on the BTR, but again, the 134 is just 7.62 by 51 minigun, so it's not going to do much damage against the BTR. It doesn't pen. Now, if it was Gao 19 50 cal miniguns, then it would pen. Ooh, great grenade throw. And that blows up literally in that dude's face to the point his legs are still kicking. Suppression coming down. Ubas, I think, doing some double taps just to be safe. What are you... What are you shooting at? Oh! The ring around the Rosie! Oh, almost friendly fire! Oh!
My hero.
He almost shot his buddy with a handgun! Because he freaked out! Oh, that's funny.
One more here.
I need healing.
Alright, well, they're winning some of the really small-scale fights, but that's, you know, single infantrymen versus single infantrymen. But it just goes to show how close it comes to, you know, actually having a friendly fire incident. See, then we got this group all the way up here with the two Humvees that just, I think, repositioned from over to the left. They're already under fire, though. Ezio has somehow ended up in the building. And he just exited. So off-force counterattack, down 2 on the northern side. It's only Vidinko who managed, I think, to also knock Ash out. Or the rooftop units here were able to get him, but this force is mostly taken out. You still got the 50 cals firing at the air assets, but once Op4 focused their 50 cals on the ground, that's when it really turned around. Now, I feel like Blue Force scanning down here because maybe the helicopters caught wind of this group, so they successfully pulled back, I guess in fear of the helicopter recon. This is going to be a long match. Definitely going to be one of the longer matches we see. 30 minutes out now, we're officially in mid-game. We got smoke grenades coming out here, but people are getting absolutely blasted from that rooftop. 1 dead, 1 down, 1 wounded. Because they're just locking down this one building. This one building here is an absolute beast of a building because all of these floors have open windows and are garrisonable. And the rooftop has just enough room for you to crouch and pipe out your gun. (134) once again doing a strike, but not really effective, unfortunately. I'd be curious to know how much ammo is left in that 134. So it's only Wombat and PHK left. The other guy that was with Wombat, I guess, got picked off. Thought he was in this building. But I guess he left and got shot. Ah, right there on the road, possibly by the rooftop garrison. So looking at Blue Force casualties now, they're starting to form up. You gotta also know some people, you know, are leaving. But yeah, some of this original group over here has left as well. Up4 is just kind of reforming their defensive lines. More 134s engaging. We got Murdy down over here. Not sure what shot him. A little worried about Op4's numbers, because when you look at this on a map perspective, it looks like Blue 4 and Op4 are even, but Op4 just they have the number advantage, but Blue 4 just seem to be fully encircling this area here. So yeah, this Op4 group now kind of caught in the open. A lot of forces pulled back to properly deal with these attacks. You also have the pilots have been moved to the south here. So that's why Blue 4 is kind of repositioning their forces. You got the other BTR. I don't see... Okay, they have 1 AT4, but that BTR is going to keep driving. I can't believe these guys are actually still scanning around.
Yeah.
As these guys literally cat and mouse these helicopters. That's amazing. So they got spotted at least once. That's why this Blue 4 team's combing around down here. But that pulled the southern support, so that 4-man team might still get in, which is absolutely crazy to think about. So Blue 4, they still have that group in the rear that's, I guess, just waiting to move up in reserve. You got these 4 guys pushing up, more smoke going off as this 4-man team continues to push. Imagine getting ambushed, and then a counterattack still gets a kill. Grenade. Tackle gets mowed down. Oh, that was great. All right. Flip for Flap wakes back up. People waking back up in the car. Ooh, Flip got spotted and taken out. Oh, and these are their Iranian Spec Op guys, too. With the black helmets. Wow, wait a minute. That vehicle had one of the pilots in it. I'm not sure if they'll be able to pull him out, though, so that might be 2 points up in smoke. Amber, take him out. Guys. There you go. Yeah, get him. So that's a successful intercept right there. BTR is holding position. They're trying to keep this force pinned down, which is down to 5. That was a great ambush by Blue 4. I don't know why Op4 tried pulling the forces out. Because what's crazy about this is Blue 4 is somehow turning this around, and Op4 is just taking a lot of needless casualties. Because Blue 4 seems to just be on top of it, despite we're seeing it really go back and forth here. But I think with that successful ambush, the game is now in Blue 4's ballpark again. So that means the other pilot is completely undefended over here. So Blue 4 will be able to grab him and pull him back. Not sure if they'll be able to grab the second pilot. Because he is in that vehicle. Okay, so he's been pulled out of the vehicle, so he's right there. Great, he survived an AT-4 to his truck. Awesome. Crazy's got AT, except he's going the wrong way. If he just went on the roof, he would have had a better angle, but that's okay. BTR is just marauding around at this point. This is why you never push a BTR out on its own. Vehicle disabled. And Crazy just can't seem to get his rifle out. M134, I mean, at this point, it's just a harassment tool. Checking back over to south, Blue 4 have set up a defensive line. Op4 staying in that building. Right in front of the Op4 line. That's funny as hell. Yeah, it seems the pilots can't die.
Let's get a little warmed up, shall we?
So Op4, they're moving down. They've secured Pilot 1. They might go for Pilot 2. Blue 4 staying around Pilot 2's position. They got a long-range firefight going right here. Yeah, they're kind of strafing their own guys, which is a little weird to see, but Op4 have kind of broken their line apart because they tried to desperately pull the pilots out for some silly reason. Blue 4 is still scanning around these buildings. And now you just got this northern push coming in. I think Blue 4 pulled a squad up from the south. Yeah, so they're starting to move in and go all in on this attack as well. So the crazy thing to me is that I don't know if Blue Force started with more manpower, maybe because of the helicopters they did, but it feels like OFCRA should have had this defensive line, but it just kind of fell apart, and I don't really know what to really blame on that. But as I said in the beginning, you really never know what's going to happen in urban CQC because of the nature of its unpredictability. I mean, these two guys could go up here and wipe everyone, or they could just get, you know, two-tapped by a single guy. It's impossible to tell, which is why it's really hard to, you know, look at a commander and say, hey, here's what you could have done better, because it's just completely unpredictable. Because Blue Force seems to be recommitting to different lines here. Blue Force also pulled back from the second pilot position. I guess they didn't want to take him with them. Oh, no, they did. He's been updated. So Blue Force just kind of escorting the pilot back. And they've got backup ready, so that's going to draw this OFCRA force out and leave one less squad to be defending the site in the first pilot. Interesting. Look at this OFCRA attack coming in. Yeah, they're going to be forced into this building. Not a lot of security being put there. Dooney had a grenade thrown right on top of him. Short-range grenades being thrown in. Shooters firing out the windows here. Tymic with that PKM, I think, is going to be instrumental here. Yep. Yeah. Oh, that was cheap as hell because the pilot's invincible. So it's just a freaking... Ah. It's mobile cover. See, in my opinion, if you have a guy with plot armor, it's just a mobile ballistic shield, right? You know what would defeat that, though? A grenade. Well, look, most of that attack wave got wiped, also because I think when Dooney here came out and got some more kills, he's on 2. Now, do I agree? Is that a little gamey? Yeah. Do I think it's funny as hell? Yeah. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, gosh, take the shot! Take the shot! He just ducked him. Oh, come on. Come on. Frickin' Navy SEALs his ass. No. Oh, come on. He's in his inventory. Hit him with the good old Navy SEAL headshot. He has a hostage. You gotta get him, Bartik. Quickly before the Blue 4 reinforcements come in. It might be too high. Yeah, it might be too high, that's why. Rest of the force, that's what OPFOR's been reduced to. There's a single guy fighting against those two. OPFOR had some forces out there. They're taken out. OPFOR with a counterattack to the south. Trying to get some grenades in. But they're just... they're doing some damage, but it's not enough. Rizbo doesn't look to his immediate right. Might have just seen them at the last second. Grenade's going over. Oh, but he's gonna run in. Oh, it's the behind the wall. It disappeared. Bartek tries breaching. Grenade upstairs. Grenade upstairs. He has a hostage, Bartek. Another. That's Amber's only kill, though. Surprise mechanic. Hold up! Blue 4 is somehow unconscious. I guess the pilot didn't appreciate being a meat shield, and SCP, what was it, 073? The sculpture just snapped his neck? Yeah. Yeah. 173 just went out, snapped his neck. Yeah. It happens. So, Op 4 have units around the pilot, Blue 4 have units closer, but it's a battle for pilot 2 at this rate. Meanwhile, TSB down to 2 as their fire team has lost a man. You got Rizball all the way over here, and it's just Slushy and Sam. So what happened to Seismo? Seismo's dead. So where's Fake Lolo? Did Fake Lolo also die over here? Because I don't see him. So they're making a run for it. They're going to try going around a different flank, but now all Blue 4 elements are trying to find those two Op 4 guys. But are they being tracked?
So let's give him a warm.
Yep, helicopter's tracking them. They're trying to shoot at the helicopter to make it go away. That's funny as hell. Alright, so what does Op 4 have left here? They got the crash site. They got a big chunk of Blue 4, though, to the point I think Blue 4 has the number advantage now. Got some aggressive suppressed by fire coming up. Cover by fire, that's the term. Suppression by fire, that's the same term, hand in hand. Blue 4 pushed up. Op 4 divided into infantry members here. I'll be curious to see if a UH-60 lands, picks a group up, and they just charge them. Grenades being thrown right on the building where Op 4 have their garrison. Depso has control of the pilot. He is Op 4's ground command, so I'm assuming he's moving him right now. Blue 4 have their thing right there. They got a Vic coming up probably to secure the pilot. No one's on the consulate position. They might just go on a drive.
Who's that?
You got the 134 doing a long-range suppression, but it's completely off again. I really feel like he would have really benefited from a gunner being able to line his shots up for him. In all honesty. Looks like Blue 4 is going either to try to hunt Op 4, or they're going to go for the objective. Yeah, they're staring right at him. Are they really going to go... I hope to God they load everyone up and then charge in, land right next to him, and just maul them down with the 134s on the side of the chopper. Hold on. Blue 4 suppressing the car that planned to extract the pilot, but they're now being forced to pull off. Blue 4 have two guys. They're trying to secure the other pilot. Oh, they're totally... They're either bypassing to land them up, or they're going to actually land a squad down and harass these two. That would be funny. So Depso's making a run. I assume he still has the pilot. He does, and he's still going to be going with him. I think they might have just spotted him, or they see all these dead bodies, so one of them just called north. Where'd the pilot go? Did Depso just command these two guys to go down and cover him? Oh, that's great. Except they're dying. Come on, Iranian defense, let's go! That was a caster cursed. Okay, well, they did not indeed go. So Depso ordering his brave Iranian guard to defend him. They defended him for a good, like, 20 seconds. Yeah, I agree, there isn't really much left of him, is there? You got this guy just trying to hide back here with his marksman rifle. So Blue Force still looking for that pilot over. Nope, they got him. So now, how long is it going to take for Slushy and Sam to potentially pull back and try to go for the laptop, or are they just going to keep going north? I just heard something explode. That would be the Land Rover. Ironically dying in the same spot that the other vehicle did, and it took the building out. I think the 134 finally got a proper strike on it, and I got the pilot. He's literally back to where he got ambushed previously. The pilot has come full circle. And I feel like Blue 4 is just overwhelming at this point. But we might see these two push into the laptop objective and still score some points. All right. OFCRA still have control of the pilot, but it's not by much. Oh, man. That poor pilot's been through hell, okay? All right, so pilot one's been properly extracted. They're being evac down to the consulate area. You know what I want to see? I want to see this chopper gunner coordinate with the Little Bird and just start striking the infantry to try to prevent them from coming into the laptop position. Just keep them pinned. I don't think we're going to see that, though. OFCRA trying to deny the Blue 4 units up here, but they took a KIA, so they're trying to get back, but Lamore unable to... Oh, he's rappelling down. Yeah! Excellent. Demovar blindly... Oh, God, he took out the crane. Oh, the whole building exploded. He took the vehicle out and it blew the building up! And that knocked out a shit ton of OFCRA's garrison. They're only down to 5 people in that building now. Got some blind suppression over here, I think, as they're moving off to the left. Oh, they're gonna do it. It's completely undefended. We need to see the helicopter. Just literally just do really low orbitals around that position and hold it. Oh, but we got these two coming around on the far eastern flank. A lot of forces converging on the west. They're being broken apart, though, as they try to engage these guys coming down. 134 still harassing them. Oh yeah, if you can't clear a building in armor, just blow the building up. It's easy. Bro, the most unbalanced mission in OFCRA Lamau. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know where it went wrong for you, Depso. Because you had everything right, and you were winning, and then all of a sudden you just weren't. And I can't really pin down why. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was a balance issue. I think it just things fell apart on multiple waves, and it just... I don't know what to say, you know? Like, I just don't know, because Blue 4 had their forces half divided. This just makes me think Blue 4 had more units going in than Op 4 in the first place. Because you had the BTRs working for you, and they were doing good work, but then the Op 4 was, then the BTRs just got pinned in really bad spots. Yeah, I know, they're about to... Because no one's decided to defend this silly thing. So they're still gonna get the 3 points for the laptop here. Well, no, the hostages, I think, are supposed to be invincible because they're counted as objectives.
Welcome, shall we?
I find that funny that Blue 4's gone all in, realizing they got the 3 points, so the laptop can be negated, they can just grab everything else. I want to see people mount up in those helicopters and track those guys down, personally. I think Op 4 is going to be really surprised that there's no one guarding the laptop. Unless there's an explosive charge. That would be hilarious.
Capping.
And there it is. I think Blue 4 knew that was coming, but... Now the question is, what do those two Op 4 guys do? They're trying to get the Hilux up here. The Hilux, excuse me, to pick up the pilot. And the 134 gunner's desperately trying to get an angle on him. Oh, please tell me the UH-60 is just gonna camp the building and spray people. That'd be funny. But looks like the crash site, I mean, we've got this big force starting to fully envelop it. You got reinforcements coming from the south. Blue 4 just have helicopters flying around. I don't see how Op 4 can consolidate at this point. Their ground commander's dead. They probably have broken comms on every angle. Oh, they got a squad in that UH-60 that's going to go hunting for the pilot. Both sides technically have 3 points, but Blue 4 at least have a 2-to-1 manpower advantage right now. It's... Again, I can't tell you why it turned around that hard. Because, yes... Blue 4 had the air superiority, but Op 4, like, they weren't really being that effective. I think it fell apart when Blue 4 got a full encirclement. Op 4 started moving their BTRs, which originally was working, but then the BTRs went into positions where they were both picked off. That's fair, Depso. From a balancing perspective on paper, I don't see an issue, but clearly there is one because of things turning around that quickly. On a dime, no less. Maybe it was the lack of counterattacking that Op 4 did. They should have done more, but at the same time, where would you pull units for those counterattacks if you have a 360 perimeter and you're being pushed on most of that 360 perimeter, you know what I mean? Hard to say. But I guess right now it would actually be 5-3 because Blue 4 have one pilot in the zone. I'm assuming the pilot's in there too. Or is the pilot still over here and they're gonna go back and get him? Yeah, he's still back here, so it looks like they're gonna re-attack with the vehicle. Blue 4 have this defensive position set up, so they're trying to spray him down. Yeah, I know, it is Fallujah. I did say that too. It really does rely on the individuals, and I think this one, just Blue 4 had the better players at the end of the day, because I don't really see, like, Blue 4 seemed to have the worst tactics, but they had the better players to overcome the worst tactics of just sending infantry groups by themselves in certain areas. Supporting where they can, mind you, but it just wasn't enough. And I don't think Op 4 was too clustered either. There are some instances where, did you really just fall off the... Remember when I was just talking about quality of player? Yeah. 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 Hey, woke back up though. Oh, wait, no, someone just shot him dead. Okay, well. No, it's OFCRA. FNF is on Fridays, silly. Oh my god. Nannerd. Nannerd, please, you just... What the hell was that? Oh, shut up, Don. Why is Kerrigan still running off over here? What? What in the bullshit? These guys at the pilot, they're running. 50 Calvics are coming around because they're hunting for the pilot. Nannerd's coming up to extract as Blue 4 does a mass dismount to the south, and the cat and mouse game will continue. Where's the helicopter to stop them? Where's that UH-60 support? Get in the vehicle and go! Oh my god. You're gonna drive into this group of infantry. That dude had an AT-4, he didn't realize that was a hostile. Little bird's trying to pursue. Oh, this is funny. We're down to 3 OPFOR guys. It's safe to say Blue 4 has the crash site locked down. 28 minutes left on the clock. So there's only 6 people, 2 people, and 3 people. So that's 11. So Blue 4 is probably also going to get the number advantage points there too. Oh, the supremacy bonus, that's it. Because OPFOR need only 6 more people to die, and yeah. So Little Bird's immediately going to the consulate building because he knows that they're going to be going for that. Now you got a sneaky case of CQC with a PKM gunner named Ho and Lemore. I think it's a French thing. Oh god. I just heard a helicopter take damage. The helicopter harassment. UH-60's trying to pursue as they're going off course now. Don't go in the open because that's where the helicopters are gonna get you. It's not even armed. You can fly low and slow and get them. Oh. They still have all 6 dudes in here. Wait! Wait, they made someone follow the helicopter! He's gliding. He's gliding with the helicopter. Oh, there he goes! Oh! A maneuver kill! How does that work? I don't know! They made the helicopter turn too much and someone fell out of the helicopter. Oh, they got warning klaxons too. Holy shit. Okay, no, that wasn't him. I have no idea at that point. Helicopter has taken damage. BHK on the gun here has gotten 4 kills.
They're going back east.
OFCRA down to 2. Looks like Lamore died, but Ho got killed by Demovar. Something over here. On this episode of Middle Eastern Cops, one driver refused to pull over, and the U.S. Army got involved. They got the MG3 in the back. They got a pseudo gunner. I know exactly. Bad Boy starts playing. I gotta give it to Nander. No, he broke the wheels. He hit the wall and it broke both wheels. Oh no, they're in trouble. That knocked someone out. Oh no. Oh, the engine got shut out. Black Hawk down. You're the guy that fell from the building earlier? Oh, that's funny, man. Well, U.S. lost another helicopter to extract a pilot from a so we now have a second pilot to extract. It costs us 1 helicopter to get 1 helicopter pilot. Little Bird is still up, but... Oh, ground convoys coming in. 2 infantry dismounted on the rear. Bro, they gotta get the pilot and run. Oh my gosh, Mac actually went down and grabbed the pilot. Wait a minute. Oh god, 50 cal gunner's now firing. And then there were 3. They'd only have 1 and there's 2 wrecked wheels in the vehicle, so they wouldn't be able to fix it completely. Now, where do you run at this point? Is Mac gonna try to drown the pilot? Yep. No, they're swimming it. Jonathan wakes back up. They're covering Mac as she tries to swim with the pilot. Oh my god. Jonathan, trying to do his heroic last stand, runs around, right into Sanchez, goes prone, only for David AF to find him, but he knocks David out! OFCRA's last stand. There was another OFCRA guy that got taken out, probably by the 50 cal. Jonathan runs around, sees Monica on the 50. Max still swimming for it. About halfway there. Mr. White getting on the roof. 50 cal firing, not sure where that was. There's the downed OFCRA guy. Blue 4 might need to call in more forces to secure this position, but they're too busy dealing with the crash site. What are they shooting at? Probably that guy's body. Oh no, they're driving the 50 cal up. Monica appears to be using telekinesis to make that work. I don't really know how else to say it. Jonathan runs up, does some suppression. Can OFCRA stop it? No! Maki is being suppressed here by Twig King. 20 minutes remaining. Mr. White trying to fire at the helicopter. Twig King trying to line up a shot. Oh no, the pilot's been left to drown in the ocean. But thankfully the pilot knows how to breathe underwater. Oh man. What has this round become? Jonathan doing some bandaging. Mr. White on the rooftop here trying to find more targets. Doesn't notice Monica under him. I mean, I guess neither did Bill Clinton, right? But anyway, Mr. White trying to fire at Skeeta here, who is playing marksman. Whoa, was that a 6? Damn, 6 kills for Skeeta with the marksman rifle. Uh-oh. Shots going on that vehicle. I think some of the people on the side doors suppressing. Oh gosh! Mr. White finally found Monica. It looks like she was under the car this time instead of the desk. It happens. Twinkin is extracting the pilot. Will Mr. White stop him? Oh! Did he get him with the headshot? Yes, he did. 7 kills. Now it's up to Jonathan. Jonathan knocks the gunner out. All of Offboard. Oh, wait, I lied. There's still one. Oliver. Slushy and Sam running down the MSR here. It's all up to Jonathan on 2 kills. Can he do it? Jonathan, you gotta go and realize that there's an issue. Might find Sanchez. Oh no! Jonathan, behind you! What the hell? What? Okay. Oh, when you shoot the poor USGI so hard he gets confused, but unfortunately Blue 4 has left the area. They've extracted the pilot and they're leaving with a helicopter convoy. Oh, it's over, gentlemen. The fight is over. I think Blue 4 successfully won this, securing the crash site. Opfor's down to 3 personnel. Final score is going to probably be 15-3. Iranians did secure the U.S. laptop, so they're going to get those 3 points, but Blue 4 secured the Iranian laptop for 3 points. Secured both pilots for 2 points each. That is 7 so far. They killed all of Op4 to whittle them down to 5 or less people, which is another 4 points. And they're going to secure the crash site by the end of the mission, which is worth another 4 points for 15 total. That's pretty much GG. I'm going to be honest, I thought that round was actually fairly balanced, but I think it just came to CQC at the end of the day, and that allowed for Op4 to just come, even though it looked like they had the advantage early on, Blue 4 just came out on top. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here because I need to start packing because I am going to be gone till Sunday afternoon. Back in the evening with some streams then, but I've got to go to a place called Katsukan. Support Bloodwind, all of her amazing cosplays. But let's see if Monica can get Jonathan. No, it's Skeeta! 8 kills as Jonathan is blown away. And Oliver is dead, so it's just up to Slushy and Sam, who are going this way, where there's some Humvees, but yeah, I gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. I might post some of the photos I take in the cosplay channel on my Discord, but otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you guys Sunday evening. Take care. Don, pay it out to Blue 4.